Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Load the Save, if I can make that correct assumption.
Yeah,
As I'm your host, Tristan, and you can catch me at Control Breakers on the Twitter sphere. And I'm surprised that I've been getting a little more followers, and you guys actually like what I say or the memes that I post. But I'm here with my co-host, Joe.
yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Halftime Joe. All my socials are gonna be that, except Vero. I actually just changed my Vero name. Instead of Halftime Joe, it's just gonna be my phone name, which you can find on Twitter anyways. It's just Joe Aranda. It's just, yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just decided to put my full name instead of
Yeah.
just my at. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, thank you to all the Patreon subscribers for helping making all these contents. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, I suggest you do so because we have revamped everything and you will be getting some extra stuff that Joe can explain.
Yeah, I mean, look, we just came out with an audio commentary for Agents of Shield 100th episode. That was kind of last minute. We had to get it out, but we did it, and you're gonna be able to get. This is like the start of the revamp this month, so every month going forward, you're gonna get two audio commentaries, a TV and a film one, and then two topics cast where we just talk about different topics, stuff like that. Most of the time will be brought up by you, the people, on Patreon. So definitely go check it out, patreon.com/comicbookcast, because a lot of stuff is popping up on there, and definitely is going to be worth it, because a lot of the times your input will definitely matter, and you'll essentially be telling us what we should be doing.
Yeah, and just a reminder, for as little as $1 a month, you can be a producer for all of our
Yes.
stuffs. But talking about producing and music and movies, we have Jeff Goldblum helping with Jurassic World Evolution, the new video game. I was surprised that Jeff Goldblum actually wanted to be a part of this project, but
Yeah, me too.
it's
Yeah.
it's essentially if you ever played any of the Sim City or any of the Tycoon series games, it's essentially that
See,
just with dinosaurs. I know they did have a dinosaurs version one. I think it was dinosaurs. I think it's a version of Zoo Tycoon, but
yeah.
yeah,
See, I actually never have played any of those games. I've never played Sims. I've never played Tycoons, all the zoo games or whatever like that. But I definitely think I might be playing Jurassic World Evolution, just because it has some more stuff. It's more than just keeping like how nice it looks. The announcement trailer included a dinosaur keeper being eaten alive, so you gotta watch out with the people you are hiring, or else they might be eaten alive. Which
yeah.
just seems
So,
cool.
and I'm surprised. So hopefully that Jeff Goldblum said that he will be retaining his role as Dr. Malcolm, yeah, as he did in the film. So I guess he will possibly be giving you, I guess unless there's a story in this game, he'll probably be explaining things to you as you uh, grow your attraction on the island with the dinosaurs and making sure everything's safe and there's good money flow coming in and out of the island so you can expand other territories and other exhibits along the way.
Yeah, basically, there's a lot like more
Yeah.
to it than the usual. Of course, PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One is where you'll be able to find it. Expected to release this summer, around the same time the movie Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom is. And I might get it. I don't know. I have to see a little bit more trailers. Maybe they'll have something at E3, but it won't be something they'll be having on the main stages. But I'm sure there'll be some more stuff coming out of E3, and like the smaller stuff. And
Yeah, most of
interested.
the times if it doesn't make it for like the day one, it usually goes into day two or day three.
Yeah.
But usually the last day is usually relegated to PC releases that are, mainly probably for the PC crowd, but they will be also available if they are for the platform of the console goer. So if like it's multi-platform, then they'll talk about the PC version, but they'll also state that it's for the Xbox One and PS4 versions as well.
Yeah. So get excited
Yeah,
if you can,
hopefully.
because if
Oh,
you're a fan of this series, like this franchise,
I mean,
I'm sure this is
yeah,
gonna be a great game for you.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's those people who like to micromanage. It will be an amazing game. I mean, hopefully it's better than some of the other Jurassic Park slash World games because they've had a lot of games that
Yes.
were not very good.
I didn't even know about those. I was like, I guess they just passed me.
I mean, no, because they're there and it's like they're some of them are not anything to write home about. Like one of the bad, I guess you could say bad games is the Sega CD version of Jurassic Park, which is
Yeah.
basically a point and click adventure game. And if you haven't played a
Yeah.
point and click adventure game, you're probably gonna be stuck within like the first 20 minutes because it's like the old school point and click adventure games
Yeah.
where you basically have to solve everything on your own. Means you're gonna be clicking all around the room or areas, making sure you click everything because there are some puzzles which you have to find equipment or items that will help you progress through the quote unquote story that they have here.
Yeah, awesome.
But
That's awesome.
yeah,
Well, it'll be coming out soon, and we'll see. I'll mention on my Twitter if I find this game trash or it's actually maybe playable in the
this
next
stuff,
coming
dude,
months.
is gonna be what is it? What's the great equivalent to the opposite of being trash or
Yeah.
Joe?
Uh, okay. kind of.
Oh, so it's okay or trash is what you're gonna be going through on Twitter.
Essentially.
Uh, but with that, we are going to be moving on to the next topic. Since Joe's been talking about E3, is that Microsoft announces some big changes that they're going to be having. I haven't heard anything about, what kind of special mojo that they have this year. They've been keeping stuff close to the vest.
Yeah.
So if we see or hear anything, we'll probably talk about it on a future podcast or give an update through Twitter or not.
Look, man. What? It's 3 months away, E3. So like maybe in
Yeah.
the next month we'll hear something.
Yeah, yeah, because it's June. I think June 10th is when it comes.
Yeah,
Because
something like
yeah,
that.
it's because it fluctuates between I think the first or second week to the middle third week of June is when E3 comes. So we'll be waiting because everyone wants to know what's going on with all these games development teams about what they're doing. But also, since we're on the subject of streaming with like Mixer and Twitch on whether any of this is viable, is that finally Twitch is giving Prime members who are Twitch Prime, depending on what you have, because if you have Amazon Prime, you'll get Twitch Prime automatically. You'll finally be getting free PC games every month
Yeah.
as long as you're a subscriber.
Tristan reminded me before the show that it used to be, or it still is, Twitch
Yeah,
Prime is add-ons. It usually would be
yeah,
in-game loot and stuff like that. I mean, I
yeah,
would get it for, you could get it for Fortnite, Call of
yeah,
Duty, Madden, 2K, all these other
yeah,
games are some in-game loot. But yet now, officially,
yeah,
starting March 15th, which is this Thursday, you will be getting free games
yeah.
on PC.
Because like one of the prize things you could have gotten that they worked out a deal with was Activision Blizzard with Overwatch is where you be getting either an exclusive skin or some loot boxes depending on what kind of subscriber you are, and then just because they said they'll be rolling it out, and then as soon as they can, you'll be getting free PC games. And one of the free PC games you're getting this month is Devil May Cry HD, which is a PC version.
Yeah.
I
Um,
mean, it's cool, man. It's just a port of the original port for
yeah.
Xbox 360 and
Well,
PS3.
there's definitely some other games. So like, there really is some smaller games, I guess, but not necessarily the big things. But
Yeah, I mean, like
it's a
there's some other ones right here.
yeah,
The Super Hot, Shadow
yeah,
Tactics, Tales from Candle Keep,
yeah.
Oxenfree, and Mr. Shifty.
That's
Mr.
this
Shifty's actually
month
pretty
though.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's this one. That's gonna be March, and they also say what's coming out next month
yeah,
for games with Prime.
yeah. You get Tales
Yeah.
from the Borderlands, Steam World, Dig 2, Kingsway, and Tokyo 42, and Wars.
Yeah, so that's cool that they kind of give you a 2 months notice or
Yeah.
advance of what
I
to
mean,
get.
because that's what like because they're trying to keep up with what I think Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo will be doing
Yeah,
is that they're giving out free games for the month, and usually it either gets leaked or they go out and tell you a week or two in advance about what the offering for that particular service is going to be, and for Twitch, this is actually pretty good because they're giving you a lot of choices depending on what type of gamer you are for PC.
yeah. And should be noted that Twitch Prime is with the whole Amazon Prime thing. Of course, is 900 or yeah, $990.
900. I was like, whoa.
999. Yeah, that's a lot. $99
Yeah,
annually, $12.99 monthly.
yeah,
But I would recommend. I mean, I just recommend Amazon Prime in general, but
Yeah.
you
No,
get Twitch Prime. This is
yeah.
really nice, and
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it's better to go annually because monthly over the course of a year you're gonna be paying about I think like $50 more.
yeah, and I mean, if you also don't know, Twitch Prime, you're allowed, I think just said it, is that you're allowed to also subscribe to someone on Twitch for free,
Yeah,
which
I
will
think.
probably be the lowest subscription. That'll be like the $5 level. But
Yeah.
listen, I've been, as I said, a Twitch Prime subscriber for a while, and I've gotten all this in-game loot for like the past year or so, and now I'm getting free PC games. I assume it's going to be kind of through Steam.
Yes, for the
So
most part,
yeah,
it should potentially be through Steam unless they can do a deal with like Origin.
and I
Yeah,
do need to add more games to my Steam library, so this is gonna be a way. Something like Super Hot and stuff like that, like Tales from the Borderlands, are games that are definitely out there that more people could get to know. And I mean, you said Mr. Shifty's pretty good, so that one I
yeah,
might
it
be
is.
looking at too.
It's a the top-down shooter. So
Okay, all right.
yeah, so it's really cool if you guys like top-down shooters and the whole Mr. Shifty is it's really good. Suggest getting the PC version over the Nintendo Switch version unless they fixed the frame rate issue by now. But if
Yeah,
they have, then yeah, you have another way of playing a really good indie game that usually should get the limelight from Steam, but doesn't really take off until it hits the consoles because everyone has a chance to play it.
yeah,
But yeah, it's good. Yeah, if you are a Amazon Prime member, look into Twitch Prime. You have some added benefits to just to be using it because for Twitch Prime, it's a free membership if you are an Amazon Prime member.
yeah, yep.
So there's that. And next, I know Joe, you can go over this one with the PUBG's scope update. It's small, but people are actually liking this.
Yeah. So the update, it is a small update. This wasn't something that came through the patches notes that we did last week or anything like that. This seems really out of nowhere, and it was an update to the two times scope, and it is honestly very much appreciated. And just like the article says, it just you can't like say how much this helps because it helps a lot more than people think. That this will be the smallest thing that people will probably won't even think of when playing in the next week or
Yeah,
so,
I get.
but it'll be
Yeah,
so
okay.
useful.
Yeah, I get it now. They showed a
Yeah, there is a
the
comparison image
what
on
it
this
what it
article
looks like
already.
what it looks like is that you're not actually looking through the scope. You're looking like far away from the scopes because of the outline for the two times scope.
Yeah.
You can see the barrel outline and it doesn't really help that much. But with the new two times scope, it actually gives you the visual of actually looking through the scope.
Yeah, basically, yeah, essentially. And look, it is like Chris said, like a thinner outline towards the outside. You can see more the gun, but also you can just see more of your field of vision, like basically, and it's gonna be helpful. I really, if I remember correctly, I haven't tried the two times scope on it, but I have already played with somebody who has, and we're playing on Xbox, so I'm assuming Xbox got the update for that, and he said it is like so much helpful because we couldn't find a four times scope, or at least he couldn't, and he just used it two times, and he was like, "It's fine." Like before, it's like, do I have to use it two times? It doesn't give you that much field of vision and all that, and this and that, but it actually is definitely way better now. So I think it's pretty cool that games, especially 2018, it seems like games, not even just PUBG, but games are starting to be more proactive in these small updates that are
Yeah,
appreciative.
yeah, they're trying to keep. I guess they're trying to keep the game as fresh as they can and work with the community
Yeah.
to make a quality of life better with these patches that come out. Either bi-weekly or weekly if they can. If they can work fast enough to put the patches live.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're starting to see it a lot more with a Fortnite, with Epic Games, or a PUBG. I don't know. It just seems like their updates are a little bit more like they actually talk to the people. Of course, you have someone like Rockstar who's doing GTA 5 updates every single kind of cycle of like season. So like every 3 months there's something different. But with Fortnite and PUBG, it definitely seems like there's these smaller ones that they ask like, "Hey, do you need something to fix on the scope, or do you need something when you jump off the plane and stuff like that?" And people answer, and it seems like they update it, so I fix it. I don't know. It just seems like this year, maybe the last couple of years too, have just been weird. But it just seems more. Maybe it's because it's recent, but it just seems more out there with a PUBG and a Fortnite. It seems like they're really trying to get the people's voice from a small perspective, and not just kind of do the big haul updates. They're even doing the little small ones. So, yeah, I mean that's I think pretty cool that PUBG is still going on there. It's crazy that Fortnite is now the most watched on Twitch. Can you believe that?
I think it's because it's the radically different
It's also free.
visual, yeah, well, that too, and radically different visual styles.
Yeah, it's also but it's also free.
Yeah,
I love
I
PUBG.
I know why it's free is because they have basically the depending on what you want, as the cosmetic microtransactions. So
Yeah.
that's why it's going to free, because you have a whole bunch of costumes even to the pick. You can get V-Bucks for it, but the V-Bucks are kind of expensive.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
how
I
I
remember,
care
yeah,
for
because
it.
I was like, maybe I should,
Yeah.
put $10 down and probably get like an outfit or something. And I'm like, that $10 as much as a skin for a pick. And I'm like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
But with that, we also have some Fortnite info with the update to mobile users actually playing in the game. And what they're gonna
Yeah.
do now is it's gonna be invite only, so they can get people accustomed to the actual servers. So that they're gonna be in batches, so you can actually sign up to get an invite to actually play the game with other people. And one of the things is that for mobile players in in the update that they have here is that they have the choice to go into either PlayStation 4 or PC servers and play with
Yeah,
them.
we should note that PC players and console players don't have a choice of saying, "Hey, we want to play with mobile players." It's only the other way around. It's only mobile players have a choice of playing with only mobile players or with PC and or PS4. So you can't like PC and want to play with mobile people. You can only, "Hey, I'm on mobile. I want to play with my friends who are on
I,
PS4 or PC. I'm gonna
I
go."
think
Yeah,
that's a good choice
yeah,
personally,
yeah. Me too.
because you don't want any PC players to go into mobile queues and completely dominate the entire match.
I mean, yeah, but essentially, and you know that would happen. Especially
Yeah,
some people who have hacks and stuff like that on
yeah,
PC, because PC is always known for that. But I think what's crazy is that Xbox One, like there is a small little update with it. The Xbox One will be a part of this multi-platform update, but they still like Xbox One won't play with PS4. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I know.
yeah,
Even though saying was it some server mishap happened and they had some Xbox players playing with PlayStation 4 players. It was recorded on stream that they
yeah,
can do that. It was actually pretty funny because like they were wondering, like, because what ended up happening is that some PlayStation 4 players were streaming,
yeah,
and they were looking at the gamer tags, and like they're looking at it as, well, that's not, that's not a PlayStation or a PSN tag.
yeah.
And that some of the people who were watching the streamers would actually looked it up and saying, that's from Xbox, and they had a couple Xbox players actually playing with them, and he goes, are you serious? Did you seriously see this? And then he's like, I just got killed by an Xbox player.
I think I think that's fun though, because I mean, personally, I mean, it is a free game. I also have both systems, so if I have a friend who wants to play, and there's two friends on PC, and my one friend is on PS4, we could like, hey, we could just both play on PS4. But if I have that one friend that's on Xbox, just go to the Xbox. The lucky thing about it is that it's free. And you don't have to pay a $30 to $60 price tag to do all this to switch between both things. Now, the only thing I wish was that there was a cloud-based progression integration
Yeah,
where, I mentioned this to you before,
yeah,
where Epic
yeah,
Games could have done it, where I
yeah.
could be level 10 on Xbox and then sign into my Epic Games on PS4 and be level 10 on PS4 on Fortnite. Epic
So,
Games can
so
do
yeah,
it.
yes, but so far it's only for PC and PlayStation 4 users, right?
The whole the
Yeah,
progression. I
yeah.
don't know actually. Is that a thing? Because like
I think it is because it told
I don't know.
me that I can. I don't know if it's like, I can transfer my ID and stuff to it,
Let
but
me check.
I don't know if I can transfer like my in-game stats to it,
Let me
because
check real quick.
okay. And
Uh,
also there's one thing here that they haven't clarified yet, is whether or not PC and PlayStation 4 players can actually actively block mobile players from lobbies if they so choose to not want to play with them.
Yeah. See, that's cool. That's because I've always found it, especially in games that you could crossplay with PC, which a Gears 4 is an example. I find it better not to play with PC players because they always are like crazy accurate and just like it's not even fair. It's not
Yeah. I
fair.
mean, I mean, you know when a
Yeah.
PC player is because
Yeah, when they
of
snipe without even looking.
yeah. Another thing is that as of right now, if you do want to try out the mobile version or try to get onto the invite list for the mobile version of Fortnite Battle Royale, it is live now for iOS with
Yeah, Android is
no,
coming
it,
later.
yeah, with no date for Android right now.
No, no
So
date.
right now, if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you can try and get on that invite list and see how it plays. Hopefully, you have a good enough Wi-Fi connection because if not, you're going to be kicked from a lot of games.
Basically.
But yeah, I mean, should be it for the news unless you have anything else,
No,
Jeff.
I think that's pretty much it for the
Yeah.
news. Like, you
All
know.
right, then we can go to the games we've been playing for the past week. Me, since Joe's been talking about PUBG and Fortnite, I actually re-downloaded my copy of Fortnite, and I thought it was a different game, but it's just you have two different modes, so I went straight
Yeah.
into Battle Royale. And you'd be surprised at how many times I got into the top 10 without actually looking for trouble.
Yeah, because, you know, me and my friends have had this conversation. I always say it's easier to win at Fortnite than PUBG for the sole reason that there's a smaller map on Fortnite and there's not as many customizations to Fortnite. Whereas in PUBG, there's so many customizations with the weapons.
Yeah, because from what
Yeah,
I've seen, the only customization you get is your character, and those don't add anything to
yeah.
stats or anything. It's
Nope.
just what you do is you can find weapons and bandages and shields and stuff, but the all the weapons are just standard. Everyone can get the same weapon if they find it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's why I've always said it's easier. And people might say, how is it easier? It's still harder. It's just easier to come off PUBG to Fortnite just because of the smaller map. And yeah, you're right. If you don't go looking for trouble, definitely you're just already 20 people. What? Like, you didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
Um,
like last night I made it into the top three.
yeah, I mean, it's a whole lot of fun. I like playing squads and duos
Because
more than I do
yeah,
solos.
because
I don't like
one
solos.
thing that I did find out is that if you do want mods to the guns, you actually have to find the gun.
Yeah.
Because I found a silenced pistol and a silenced SMG.
Yeah, and then there's like a
Yeah,
tactical SMG, and
yeah,
then there's revolvers. Yeah,
yeah,
it's built within the weapons and not
yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
attachments you can find. Yeah,
Because I remember I killed a couple people with a silenced pistol. Especially when I found some people they were trying to kill each other. I was just waiting until usually waited until the person who killed the other person first, and then I just came up from behind and one shot at them in the head. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Were you playing solos? Because I'm not a big
yeah.
fan of solos.
I play a little bit of solo and team, depending
Yeah,
on if I can find some of my friends who are playing at the same
yeah.
time. Otherwise, I'll be playing some solo. The
I'm a big fan
teams
of
was
solo.
kind of weird because you have like a mixture of duos and then trios and then a four
Squads.
man
Yeah,
squad, and then it gets weird because when I tell them don't mess with them because I see there's two other people they're probably running with the squad. He shoots one of them, and then like, oh, there's only three, and then the fourth one comes up from behind and kills me, and then kills my friend.
yeah. I feel you. Yeah, I don't know. I know people would say, "Oh, solos is like the best to show how good you are," and I'm like, I don't care. I want to have fun.
Well,
Uh,
solo is more for towards how trigger happy are you? Because I'll wait like a minute or two, and a quarter of the players are already dead because they're shooting each other because they go straight into the war zone.
yeah. Have you? Did you try? Did you get to try 20v20? Or like
Not yet, but I've
20v20?
seen people do it, and it's actually pretty funny.
I think they took it out for now, and they're gonna
Yeah,
add it in the update that's soon to
yeah,
come, which is like a
yeah.
month or
Because
probably
I
for
did,
now.
yeah, I did see it. I think was it? I think I saw when it first went live, and then I watched some people actually play it, which is funny because you'll have like a team of randoms, and someone who knows what they're doing will basically decimate half the team because no one's on the same page,
Oh,
or they're not using the mics or anything.
so I think since it's out, right, I technically played my last game of 20v20 v2, whatever you call it, last night, and a friend of I was playing with two friends of mine, and it was just three of us, and we of course we get a random once you play squads, and we're in a team of 20. We quickly, in like the first 2 minutes, went down to 10 people. No idea how that happened, and then
It's mostly because from what I've seen, people are not situationally aware of what's
yeah,
going on because from if one person knows what they're doing compared to 10 people, they'll just follow whatever the other person is doing, and then they won't even react to the kill feed about like such and such just killed like three people in a row. They won't react to the kill feed if they're not
yeah.
used to it.
And also, everybody on our team went tilted, while me and my friends we kind of went somewhere else, and we're just like, hey, we're just gonna gather weapons first, and then everybody at tilted died, and then sooner or later, like in the first 5 minutes, I would say that at least 17 members of my team died, while there was still at least like a team of 9, team of 20, team of 15, and team of 12, and then sooner or later, all there was just one of my friends, like one of my squad mates. He was like a guy I know, against like 35 or 40 people. And apparently, he said he can see when people are watching him, like when people switch over to watch him. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. I didn't know that actually. But he, I will testify to it. He legit clutched it somehow. I have no idea. He took out like I think 13, 15 people. But still, he clutched it, man. It was crazy. I could not believe my eyes. He was like the last person out of our team, and he somehow clutched it. I was just like bowing down. It was so great. Because I just never see that. Usually I leave if like all my squad mates die. I'm like, deuces, I'm
Yeah.
out. But it was such a good match, man. I'm glad I stayed. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
20v20 is
It,
fun. 20v20
yeah,
is fun.
it's fun. It's a fun
Yeah.
free game.
Yeah.
For people who are wanting to get in on this Fortnite hype. I
Yeah.
mean, depending on the situation, as soon as I get some stuff ironed out, you may see some Fortnite streaming. I don't know if Joe does it or he announces it because I see sometimes on Twitter he'll say it's time to go to PUBG or Fortnite, but he doesn't really announce it anywhere,
I
so I
mean, it's
can't
just
really catch feeds.
it's I don't know, it's just either or. But yeah. Look, Fortnite is continuing to be fun. It's going global in a sense that I mean, people were having videos on social media of them doing it in just regular, real life settings, and it's just it's the most viewed on Twitch. It's crazy big now. I thought PUBG would have stayed on top, but I guess Fortnite did. I don't know. It's hard to tell which one I like more because I definitely just like both. So.
I think it's because Fortnite's a little more casual. It's easier to pick up
Yeah,
than
that is
PUBG.
probably why. And also,
Yeah.
PUBG's not on PS4.
Well, that and I guess you can make stuff too. Because I've seen people where they'll clutch it by trying to make like a house and revive themselves or their teammates and
uh,
come out and kill the person that's trying to climb up on top.
I was playing one of the games that we won. It was yesterday, but more in the afternoon. It was a 20v20 game, and me and all our teammates. There's like 18 of us still. We were still in tilted, and we were so far away from the circle. While there, we killed everybody that was in tilted, and we're like, oh my god, we gotta start running. We gotta start running. And I just realized that the like corner of my eye there is a jump pad, and I'm like, oh my god, we're saved. I get the jump pad. I was like already 1% health, like, and we somehow make it, and we win the game in the end because a lot of the other teams died in the storm, and since we had the jump pad, we were able to make like the whole team still go over there, and then it ended up being like 15 against 2 people at the very end. So I was like, that's just
Okay.
that's hilarious when you
Yeah.
see that, when you see at least 15 or around that type of people against like a handful. It's funny.
Yeah. So this should be the end because I haven't been
Well,
playing any other games.
I,
Unless you
I
have.
yeah, I just wanted to mention. I've been playing PUBG, of course. Still, like this, the updates definitely help out. The scope update, as we mentioned, there's updates on just matchmaking altogether. When you load in for PUBG, it's like now it isn't always all the island. It can be on the map, and then of course regular load. It still has a lot of weird things where yesterday there was 20 people left, and I still had my full squad, and then it said host close connection. We're like, really? We had the perfect position. We're literally about to most likely get this chicken dinner, but the host closed the connection. It's like, What are you
Oh,
gonna do? You know?
did the host not want to play no more?
I guess not. Like we're calling them like names. We're like, who is this host? Why did he leave? Why did he close it? It's just it's so weird, man. But it's, PUBG still needs to fix stuff like that. And I guess the only thing Fortnite that's had problems is that it's really gotten laggy at some moments. It might have been on the 20v20, but it might just be regular now. I don't know. I saw it a lot on 20v20.
Yeah, I think it's on 20v20 because when I
Yeah.
played solo or duo, or small teams, it never really saw any lag
Okay, then
whatsoever.
yeah, then
So
it
it's
might
probably 20v20.
it might. I mean, that makes sense. I was playing 50v50 when the first time it came out. It was super laggy, so that makes sense when you have all these players in one place, like constantly shooting and whatnot. I've been playing, so I've been picking up Madden NFL 18 to complete the trophy list, right? And I just wanted to mention how great the story of Longshot is
Oh,
because
it
it
is.
it's such a great story. It's like a movie basically, and
Oh, so it's like FIFA.
yeah, it's like
That
the
that
journey on
people.
FIFA,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it has that Until Dawn type of thing where you choose your own story. You of course interact. You do some quick time action type of gameplay. But I just wanted to mention how great the story still is because I'm doing it again for the trophies. But the story's still great, and I can't wait for the second part in next year's Madden. But I just, I was excited for that and how Until Dawn, Detroit becomes human, and games like this that are more advanced versions of the Telltale games, of how big they're becoming. And
And you
yeah,
and you know how these are becoming big is because of streamers.
oh
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah,
is. Because
definitely, yeah.
they do, if they have their followers or people watching them, they'll let them dictate what kind of decision they make to see the outcome, and they have to deal with it.
People love being in a group win, right? And
Yeah,
yeah,
because I think was it during I think was it last year's PSX, the development team was there and they were asking the crowd what should they do, and like during one part I think like I think half of the crowd was saying save the fish when they could have done some more
Save the fish.
investigative work, and they lost some time because they made him save the fish.
Yeah, oh wow. That's awesome, honestly, because it makes sense. I've never watched a streamer play one of those games, but I feel like if I did, it definitely would be a lot of fun. And this reminds me of when Twitch plays Pokemon. That whole thing. It was a group effort, and
Yeah,
there's
praise the Helix.
yeah, essentially, and everybody was so into that, right? Everybody's into something that includes everyone. You want to be included, and that's why games like these, not only are they cool in the sense that you make your own story and stuff like that, like that's the aspect that got to me. But I guess for a lot of other people, it's watching a streamer and basically feel part of it, like you're playing the game because this is like you're playing the game. They're helping you make the choices as opposed to when you're just watching a regular game and they're
Yeah,
making all
yeah.
the choices. This is you are helping make the choices. That's why it is one of the more popular stuff. Like Until Dawn, one of the most like, well, not most, but like really popular when it was came out and people were like watching and the streamers play it. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that I love Longshot. I can't wait to see more of that. I can't wait till Detroit becomes human. I've been playing Call of Duty recently. Really boring. I just
Which
wanted
one? You doing
World
two?
War II. Yeah, we picked it up again, and we kept winning. But we're like, man, this is kind of boring. Like we didn't even like do call outs or anything like that. We were just kind of like laughing around and doing other stuff, and it's like it's a little too easy. And it might just be Call of Duty. I don't know. We found Battlefield way more enjoyable, like going to Battlefield 1, when in terms of gameplay, because Battlefield was always a little bit more detailed and customizable. But if you like Call of Duty all for you, it's just really easy, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I just never like I would play some multiplayer matches and stuff like that. I just never got into it that much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is because there's certain multiplayer games that you can't put them down because they're so addictive, and there's other ones which should be that addicting, but for one reason or another, uh, to the person it falls flat, and they basically just drop the game after a month,
Yeah.
and probably wait for DLCs to see if it
Look,
gives them that feel.
I also I know we were talking about it last week, but I did get to play Outbreak for Rainbow Six Siege. It's actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot. My friend didn't tell me anything what was gonna happen. He just said, "Hey, follow me," and it was a whole lot of fun. I gotta mention, Rainbow Six is still going strong. Love that game. I love the fact that I get all the operators. I tried that out, like operators that I didn't get to try before, so that's fun. You've been playing DBZ, right? Or no?
Yeah, I've been playing it off and on, just waiting for the
Here.
DLC characters because it's been getting a little stale because people are now, finally
Yeah.
found out their meta or the type of team system that they want to keep because that's the best that they can do.
Uh,
Just saw that Broly's
yeah. Brawly,
Broly
yeah.
had his full character reveal trailer, which was short as always. I don't know why they always keep it short, but they showed that he is that Juggernaut character that people wanted, where he's super slow, but he has invincibility frames and basically has a whole bunch of knockback for characters getting hit by his attacks. They didn't still hasn't specified when he and Bardock are going to be available for this dual pack for the first DLC for DBZ Dragon Ball Fighters. But I'm waiting for it. I do pop in here and now to play the game. It's just that after a while, the regulars playing the game. There really isn't any new I guess you could say fighting game fodder because everyone who played it casually played it for the month and moved on to other games while the people who like it keep playing it. I keep playing it on occasionally. It's just a game that I can pick up and play really quick for a couple matches and beat it. I know there's some I think in the next couple of days for PS4 and Xbox One there's going to be some patch update, delegating some patches to, I think it was Z Unions. They're finally going to be integrated with this patch where you can side with your favorite character for the month with a bunch of other people, and I guess the most wins of the character will get the people who get that character will get something special, be it a special costume for their avatars or whatever.
That's pretty
Or
cool. Yeah.
yeah, and some of the fixes that they have are I did see this one time, but that wasn't it. Which is I think it was a Super Saiyan Blue Goku's 10 times
Yeah.
Kamehameha Kaioken attack is that it will continue to go depending on what happens. If it misses contact with the opponent, and he'll continue to do the move without stopping. So my guess is that if you clip somebody, the animation will keep going even if the person is not in the actual combo. I did see it happen once, but if you I guess for people who want to get into that combo, it's good for them. I've only seen it once happen to me. Other times it didn't really happen. It just he'll start the motion, and if they block it or you miss, it stops. And it's just good that like that they're trying to also get the stability for the connectivity for players because people are still having trouble more so on Xbox than I guess PC and PlayStation 4 at this point because I think like on the Xbox servers people were saying that they're having a lot of disconnects. I had a couple disconnects here and there occasionally, but more so was rage quitters
Yeah. I feel you.
for even if they're going to potentially win the match. Um, another quality of life is that some characters will mess up on their Z change voiceovers where they'll instead use their Z assist voiceover work. And another one is that you can now leave the game lobby using the stairs, which before you couldn't really just there's just a wall there. And they now added some extra. Now they added an extra option to enter the offline lobby, so you don't have to go into the online lobby and then get out and then go back into the options and then go into an offline lobby. You can now just pick it from the title screen.
Yeah. I
But,
feel like, I
but
don't know. I feel like that's something that should have been there in the beginning.
yeah, it's like it's weird as weird as all hell. Where they're putting quality of life fixes, which should have been in the game from day one, but everything's free, so I'm not really complaining.
Yeah.
Though with the race quitting, hopefully they implement something to give them a strike or an instant loss because I'm getting kind of sick with with those.
I
It's
feel
kind
you.
of hilarious because people who I play sometimes I'll play against people who are supposedly a higher tier than me on occasion, and I'll give them a run for their money, and they get really really pissed off. Like there was one where he won. I think he won the first match hands down with Android 21, and then I wanted a rematch. I won that game, and the third match came, it was going down to our last characters, and he got so fed up with me because he couldn't take me out. He basically did his level 3 super and then quit the match during I think mid sequence where Android 21 turns a player into a candy and bites them.
Damn.
I actually saved the recording, and he quit the game right there, and then he took a bite out of me and quit the game. That's that's how petty he was. I was like, seriously, dude. I mean, I might post it at some point, but it was just
That's
funny that
funny.
certain people do get that fed up if they can't win hands down against I guess, a lower skilled player.
They definitely got to fix that. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing really much. I'm just waiting on, basically just waiting on some games that are coming out and E3 to see what it has in store. Because like I really want to play my Nintendo Switch, but there hasn't been that many games that I want
True.
to play
True.
for it.
True.
So it just sits there, and then I'm waiting on what kind of other third party games I can potentially play for PC and such.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's gonna be it, right? You can go ahead
Yeah,
and
this
close
should
it
be
out.
it. Yeah, this should be it for now. Next week may be a Q&A. So if
Yep.
you have any questions on any video game related topics, you could. I think Joe will probably post on where
Yeah,
you
I'll
guys
post.
can
Yeah,
lay them down.
it'll be on
And
Twitter. Yeah.
yeah, and please keep the video game, comic book questions to a minimum, because every time we've ever tried to do this, it was just flooded with similar questions one after another.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it, guys.
Yeah, but
Much
yeah,
of
we'll
that.
see you guys next time.
Later.